What can I do to appeal? Or is there an appeal process?
Okay. So now what's happened is, first, pensions has received all of the information. And, of course, I always send that, depending on the size of the package. We'll either send it certified mail or I send it lawyer service. Mm-hmm. Now I have a receipt that it was received by pensions. Mm-hmm. Not that I'm suggesting that a government agency might lose documents here and there, but, you could sort of read between the lines.
It's always good.
Always good to have that backup, right. So, anyway, so then what happens is now, depending on the type of pension you're applying for, depending on the disability that's existing, pensions may require that you see a doctor of theirs. So they may set you up for a quote-unquote independent medical exam, which is about as independent as, let's say,
Okay, how independent?
Governor Christie, right, exactly. Not independent at all, okay? So, but the point is that they will send you for a doctor's evaluation, and then what happens is pensions now will review all of the information. So what happens is they get the report from their doctor, they have all of the information you've submitted, and then the medical review board makes an initial recommendation to the pension board as to whether or not the person should be found to be disabled. The pension board then has monthly meetings, and each one of the three groups has a different day of the month where they meet, and then they'll render a decision. And then the nice thing is that, let's say, for example, public employees is coming up the 19th, so tomorrow. So you could go online on the computer on the website for the next day on the 20th. You could actually see what it is that they decided. They put that information up pretty quickly. Okay, so what then happens is now, once everything's been submitted, now pensions is rolling, they get an exam. That process can take up to 8 months.
8 months.
8 months to get a decision. 8 months for the pension board to make a decision. So there's a grueling wait, which if somebody's out of work and not receiving any money,
how do they live?
There's any number of options, and there's any number of things that can happen, which again is why timing is critical in terms of when you want to apply, how early you want to apply, if you're out on workers' compensation, should you apply? There's any number of questions. It becomes a very timing-based point of view, and our objective is to always to try to minimize the period of time where there is no gap in terms of somebody receiving some form of income, okay? But 8 months goes by, and now you've been denied.
Then what?
Yeah, exactly.
Then what?
So now you get this letter from the secretary of whichever pension board, and it says very nicely, the pension board met, and based on the meeting, it's been determined that you're not disabled. Or you're disabled, but we don't think it's because of the work accident, it's because of something else, so therefore you're denied this pension.